Welcome. This is not Inspired Ink. Thanks, Brandon. This is Spilled Ink, and this is your weekly live drawing show through Comix Wellspring. I'm your host, Max Flowers. Brandon is out today. Lucky duck. He's at New York Comic Con, I believe. Gonna be talking to all the big dogs. But joining me today, we got Saboteur Comics, Charlie, and
Hello.
we've got mystopress. If you guys want to introduce yourself and what you do, and whoever wants to go first.
Ty, you want to go first?
Sure. Hey everybody, happy to join you all tonight. My name is Natalia. I also go by Misto, and I am a queer Latina horror comic artist and illustrator based in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I run mystopress. And I am also behind the horror anthology Paroxysm that is currently live on Kickstarter until next week. With our 5th volume. So yeah, nice to meet everybody.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Brandon put links in the description, but you can check it out if they are there, or we'll put it probably in the notes afterwards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can check it out.
But hell yeah, how's your Kickstarter going?
So far we're over 40% funded.
Sweet.
So, yeah, pretty excited, and we're also going to announce a secret add-on reward tier on the 12th. Yeah, so for last week, just like a little extra goodies.
And is that once you meet goal, or is that just like halfway through the campaign, or what?
Yeah, so I have a couple of other add-ons that we're featuring, but this one is a special collaboration that I got ready for like the last week or so of the Kickstarter.
Oh, dope. Yeah, so go check that out. I'm assuming links through your Instagram or any other possibilities. Yeah, awesome. And Charlie, what about you? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I didn't want to I was moving stuff around with this noise or racket going on in the background while she's talking. So
oh yeah,
I'm Charlie. I'm do Saboteur Comics on Instagram and stuff, and I'm just working on my little horror comic still. Just getting through the pages. I'm almost done actually, so
hell
really
yeah.
cool. But
do you have a planned release date for it or no?
No, not yet, not at all. I'm shopping for printers right now. I'm kind of just looking at every option that's out there.
Oh yeah,
and seeing how things go. But I'm thinking next year probably release, since I'm still kind of I need to finish all the inks for all the pages now.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I think it's half the pages still need to be inked. So, but yeah, I got 2 more pages and then I'm done, and then start to ink all day long. It should be fun.
It's always exciting getting to the end of whatever project, and I don't know about you,
really
but
is.
Every time I get close to finishing a section or whatever, I always just want to hurry through the last bit to get it done.
Yeah, totally.
I end up marathoning the end. The beginning is usually very slow.
I think too, I'm going backwards and rewriting everything again. It's been, I don't know how many times I've rewritten this thing, but it kind of helps because you kind of see it flowing better as you develop it. Personally, that's the way I like going that way. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, you kind of edit as you go and
totally.
Do you end up with garbage pages that you just
Oh, dude, I have so many garbage pages laying around. I was actually this page right now I'm working on is garbage, but I was well, I need something to do.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah, it is, man. And I'm working on this it's a cover for a visitor's guide is what I'm working on today. And I'm going to do some color comps for it and figure out how I want to color this thing. because I didn't think about that before I started doing it, which is yeah.
Is that like your little hometown?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's not my hometown, but it's where I live now. So
Right.
it's my current hometown. Um, yeah. Charlie was asking me about Alaska, and it's a very interesting place. It's I don't even know what to say about it other than like it's like a Midwestern small town, but if it rained 300 days a year, and if you went back in time to like the 90s in terms of technology,
That's what I want.
it's yeah. Well, you say that's what you want until you move here, and then you're like, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's pretty funny though.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
How hard is winter going to hit you? Like when it actually comes, is that like the funnest part of the year, or like?
Oh, absolutely not. No, I mean it's dark. We get probably about a few hours of sunlight. We're not like super north, so we don't get the like 30 days of darkness, you know.
Yeah.
But we do get like 3 hours of sunlight a day or something.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's just we don't get a lot of snow. We get maybe like one good snow day, but it's just
Oh, really?
yeah, it's just it's because so I live actually in the largest rainforest in the United States. And
I did not know
so
that.
yeah, it just rains an absurd amount here. So it's too wet for it to like snow proper. And the rain just washes it all away anyways.
So you guys have like that really cool mist that goes on too.
What'd you say? One more time?
Like that misty, like all the time, that like smoke looking stuff. Honey harbors
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the mountains too. Yeah,
That's funny.
it's a classic Disney mountain port, man.
It's really cool.
Yeah, but I mean I miss down south a lot. But there's it's funny. There's a lot of quirks to like living here. Like you know, like we don't call it, you know, we call everything else the lower 48, referring to like the continental US
Right.
or down south. And like everybody's got bumper stickers that are like, I'm never going back to the lower 48 or whatever the heck. Which is silly because almost all of them do because they need medical care or whatever. Yeah. Natalia, are you doing Inktober or Spilled Inktober or anything?
I haven't done one of those in a really long time.
Is it just can I ask why? Just because like I know there's I don't know, people fall into two camps about it, but
for me it's mostly time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I know there's like different ones that people prefer to call it or whatever, but for me it's mostly time. Like the last time I've been able to draw daily, like consistently, is I can't even remember.
Yeah.
But I do like seeing the prompts that people come up with. So
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people too, like something that holds people back is that they feel like they need to do like finished pieces or something, you know, like stuff that's elaborate and takes a lot of time. But I've always just been like, you know, if I can do something, it's better than nothing. I've been doing it for a few years now. But plus I do the show, so like I'm used to like kind of cranking stuff out in a short amount of time.
right.
But when it comes to like doing pages or anything like that, like I can't. I have to take my time with it, or else it kind of turns to garbage.
Heard. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting. because that's been like my focus over the last little bit of time, is like figuring out how to draw faster, or maybe not draw faster, but draw in a way that like I can be efficient with what I'm doing. Because if I'm taking, a year or something to do a book, I feel like I'm never, what I want to come out isn't going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it can take such a long time just to decide like exactly how you want things to look. Like that's the camp I usually am in. Is liking an idea and then suddenly trashing that idea for a third or a second or a third or a fourth idea. Until you're finally like, but I actually like the thing I had come up with originally, but now I don't have the time to like redo that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've been kind of cooking on a book for a while now, and I can't quite get it to where I want it to be. And so I'm kind of like taking a detour and like doing some pieces for the local scene, and doing, working on a calendar and some zines and stuff while I try and figure out what I want things to look like. It's a pain in the ass. What's up, Retro Roman Doomsday? Hello, greetings to you. And then, oh, you're the ambidextrous guy. Yeah, dude, those are awesome. I've been seeing Brandon reposting those. Super cool. Yeah, great way to be efficient, I guess. What's up, Victor? And yeah, happy to have you guys here. You guys have any cons coming up, or just kind of hanging out, working on stuff? Or how's your con season been? I feel like maybe we're coming to the end of con season now.
I've never been to one.
Never tabled at all?
No, never tabled. No, I just always just go show up.
Have you gone to any this year, or no, not really?
I just went to the Indianapolis Comic Con. I mean, I hope next year I can go to like the bigger shows, like you guys have been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't like any of the big convention hall ones. They're just not that fun anymore.
Yeah, it's the scene changes and stuff. What you I preach this to everybody, is that you should do zine conventions instead, because I just think that it fits the vibe better. It's like independent and small press, and everybody's there for a reason. But they're everywhere, man.
I'd love to see the smaller press stuff. I'm just not into any of the mainstream books anymore, or even care about them. So,
what was the last mainstream book you read?
Oh, I just picked up an Image comic, and it's actually really damn good. I wouldn't call it mainstream since it's still indie book, but I don't know who this artist is by name, but this book is really good. If you see it.
Oh, let me see. Oh, Gehenna.
Yeah.
Who's it by?
Patrick Kendallin, and I can't say this guy's name. Marielzo. Rosenwing.
I don't know.
The art is like really awesome, because like the fight scenes and stuff are just like really fluid. And I'm just like, wow. So I picked that up. And then I just picked up Sucker too. I haven't read this one yet, but I have that laying around.
That looks sweet.
Yeah, pretty fun. Josh Mikas. Yeah, I like the small press stuff.
Yeah, I think the last thing I picked up was manga, actually. But
I actually picked up Berserker because of you.
Oh yeah, do you like it?
I don't know. It's kind of like it's fine, but I grew up in Japan, so like I remember reading that kind of stuff. You know, like everyone's reading
You
like
grew up in
Bastard.
Japan. You can't just
Yeah.
casually drop that.
No, it's
What
just.
do you mean you grew
I
up
mean,
in
I was like reading
Japan?
stuff like Bastard and like Blade of the Immortal and stuff like that. You know, so I'm more
Mm,
in that like more I guess adult style scene.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, now that we're in October, have you guys started hitting up all your favorite horror movies yet, or is that just like every day for you? It's not just in October.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, more so in the Halloween season, but yeah, it's usually just a normal thing for me to hit it up all year. I have friends that we now do movie nights, and most of what we watch is horror. But like a few days ago, we got together and watched Trick or Treat, which I hadn't seen before, so that was fun. So it's like this is a Halloween movie instead of just a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Trick or Treat either. It's supposed to be good, but
It's a lot of fun. It kind of feels like a long episode of Tales from the Crypt.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah, in like a good way. So
I have no clue what I'm doing with the coloring on this piece. I'm gonna find out.
I am just on Tubi all day on the horror section, so that's all I do pretty much while I'm working.
the Tubi horror section.
Yeah, it's just so awesome.
It's like the Five Below of horror movies, man.
I was gonna say, have you found anything like worth discussing, or just like even if it's bad?
I mean, not really. I mean, because I don't really pay attention half the time since I'm working, but like, every now and then, of course, they throw on like the Evil Dead and stuff like that. Like that's on there now, and some other good ones. But I can't tell you any that I've seen that really I could respond with.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're making me think. Yeah, Tubi is always in for the win for me.
That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear.
I went for the method of not paying for any of the movie channels anymore. So
that's what I'm about to do. What the hell happened to my voice?
That's
right. Drink some water. Hello? Yeah, that's what I'm transitioning to. I'm letting everything expire, and I'm not paying for anything.
I cancel found that YouTube's pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, man. Well, there's all the YouTube movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's also just like, independent short film horror on YouTube. That's huge.
Oh yeah, totally. I've seen a couple shorts on there, like little short horrors on YouTube that was really good. And I was like, this is actually could be like a really good full-length movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the names of them, by the way, so kind of not good at that.
Well, everybody's got a camera now, everybody's got super powerful cameras. You just if you're invested in it, it's pretty doable.
I came across one, I want to say like tail end of last year, called Portrait of God, that was really good.
I've heard about that, actually.
Yeah, it was very good, and you can find it on YouTube.
I'm about to look it up.
But yeah, the only thing that I still pay for is Shudder, just because I really enjoy a lot of the stuff that they have. It just sucks that a lot of the times I favorite it, and then when I actually have the time to sit down and watch it, it's gone.
Yeah. Happens, man. I stole my friend's Shudder a while ago, but then I think they canceled it, so I don't have it anymore, which is devastating.
Isn't there that other movie station? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm just yapping.
I was gonna say, isn't there that like other one that's like Freebie or something, and like they have a horror channel that's on there all the time?
There's so many free like streaming services now. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
you
it's
ever have
wild.
to pay for anything. Yeah. And there's like Canopy, which like you can get
Oh
if
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
have a library card usually. It depends on your library, but there's actually some really cool stuff on Canopy.
Yeah, I've actually been going backwards in time and like watching all the 70s and 80s films that like horror stuff that I've never seen. And they're actually pretty good for the budget they get.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty surprising.
Aaron showed up. He said, "Hey, walking my dog. Did SPX, CXC, and Uticon local. Great experiences." Yeah, man. There's a lot of really good small press shows. It's funny because there's like big small press shows, and then there's like the tiny small press shows. And I want to go to like the tiny small press shows are my favorite.
Yeah, SPX is great, but it is gigantic compared to like local zine fests and stuff.
I never heard of that Society one too, that Retro Roman said.
Society used to be on Tubi.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
The Vineyard is Tubi worthy, but somehow on Apple TV. Oh man, I'm trying to. Oh, what's the? There's a streaming channel that's just got like utter trash horror movies, and there's a ton of them. And I'm trying to remember which one it is. Maybe it's Peacock. I think Peacock has a ton of horror movies on it too, that are just not good.
Sounds about right.
There are like so many horror movies that are just not good anyway. That are just crazy, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, or it's good background noise.
Yeah, totally.
What are we ask this question all the time, but what are your all-time favorites for horror movies? Natalia's new, so they have to answer the obligatory questions.
Oh man, picking a favorite, that's hard.
Well, just some favorites. I know, because I like.
Yeah.
There's so many genres and subgenres and shit that it's hard to pick a favorite. But
Right. I mean, Alien is always a classic. But I would say like Mandy is one of my favorite. Is one of my favorite films like of all time.
I've never watched that yet.
So it's not for everybody, but I highly recommend it if you like just watching a rock opera, but it's also just batshit insane. And the visuals are so beautiful. The same director, Spanos Cosmatos, I think, is doing like an 80s vampire film. I want to say coming out soon, and I could not be more excited because like the way that he just makes a whole world that feels like you've been living in it. Like it's so incredible. So I would absolutely say that's one of my favorite horror films.
I always get Mandy like mixed up with Willy's Wonderland and with The Color Out of Space.
Yeah, I was gonna say that color scheme they have, right?
Well, it's both Nick Cage, but the Color Out of Space is a Lovecraft adaptation.
I'm thinking of something else then, sorry.
Oh no. Okay. I think The Color Out of Space does have a similar color scheme. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen a good Lovecraft. I mean, I haven't seen Color Out of Space, so I can't really say. But I personally haven't seen a really good Lovecraft adaptation in a while. I'd love an H.R. Geiger adaptation of a Lovecraft would be sweet. Charlie, are you doing Inktober or no?
No, I'm only just like I'm trying to focus only on my book and not do anything else.
I respect that.
Because like once I like get away from something, I won't come back, and that's it.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah, like I've been working on Gag, which is my old school fanzine, and it's actually pretty much done, at least on my part. But I literally just like haven't had the time to post on socials that that I'm gonna cut submissions off soon for at least the fall issue. It'll stay open for the winter issue, but I need to let people know that there's a last call on it. So I guess this is partially it. If you want to be in the fall issue of Gag and you have some art or some interviews or essays or whatever about anything, it can be horror movies, comics, whatever the hell, send it my way. And we'll throw it in the magazine.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. I haven't even talked about what I'm doing in it yet, which I also need to post on socials about. But I got interviews with Matt Emmons of Second at Best Press, Eli Schwab from Cosmic Lion, and Sean Crystal from Ink Pulp.
Oh.
So I got interviews from those guys in there, all written out like old school. And I'm not releasing the videos for it because it's too easy to put it on 2x speed and fry your brain. if you want the like good intel, you're gonna have to read. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I
also like thank goodness.
Yeah, like part of the magic to me is like having that physical media, and you can always just like refer back to it and carry it with you, and you know, all that stuff. I was really into reading like oral history books about like usually bands or music genres and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like old school punk fanzines with like band interviews or whatever. And so that's where I got it from. And I was like, you know, they weren't releasing tapes or, you know, whatever of the interviews. You just read it in your monthly magazine and got to discover new people that way, and or learn inside things about your favorite artists. And I think that act of discovery is really cool too. It's not the same. It's not the same with just putting on a podcast to listen to in the background, you know. It's a little more active.
I also feel like the things that I used to discover through magazines, or like, you know, stuff like Wizard or heavy metal, like even just like the old Shonen Jumps, like having that stuff to reference and look at like constantly for hours at a time, I feel like I retain so much more of like the story or like the art style if I wanted to, you know, like when I was younger, I would definitely study it.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's so much harder to have the same impact if I'm just looking at something, you know, for 2 seconds, or if I'm absorbing it in a different way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Yeah, and like it's interesting to me because like I'm like caught in the crossfire of like webtoons and web comics and tapas and stuff getting really big, and like, you know, older comics and stuff. And so like a lot of the kids in my class when I was in college were just all about webtoons, and I did not get it at all. but it's it's different. And like I brought in like I got this old collection of like 90s comics from like somebody that I was working for, and I brought it into school, and all these webtoons kids were like, yo, what the heck is this? And like looking at it, and I was like, you guys don't know about any of this? Like, you gotta start digging, man.
And there's so much of it now.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's impossible to see all of it. Like, I know I just get really overwhelmed at how many like cool things there are and things that I'll probably never hear about because there's just so much stuff.
Yeah. There's a ton of like really cool Jeff Lemire horror comics that I've been wanting to read for so long. I just never got around to.
Who are you guys' like favorite like new like creators that have been coming out, like writers and stuff that you guys have personally been drawn to?
I don't know if I can label anybody like new. Like I don't know. That would be my problem, is like what new really means. Like I think that I really do think that like a lot of what James Tynion puts out is really, really good from a writing perspective.
Say the name again? I'm not familiar.
James Tynion the Fourth. He did a lot of Batman stuff for a while, and then kind of started doing his own independent stuff. But he did Nice House on the Lake and a bunch of other stuff that's really cool. He did a bunch of stuff for Distillery.
Okay.
But James Tynion's really good from our perspective. I think Daniel Warren Johnson is still like kind of the hot new kid on the block, but he's also like, I don't know, he's everybody's answer, and also like he's also not that new anymore,
right?
So I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff. I think also Dave Baker is just really underrated. He's not a horror guy. He does a lot of like, well, I don't know. He's a fan of like old camp horror. But he doesn't like usually write horror books. He does a lot of like experimental meta adventure pulpy comics. But Halloween Boy just got picked up by Oni Press, which is huge.
That is, yeah.
So congrats to him, and go check out Halloween Boy. Kev is talking about Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, which I haven't seen yet. I believe it's like a little anthology horror series.
I haven't seen that either.
No.
What's that on?
Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And then The Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix. Yeah. The Netflix stuff does stay exclusive, unfortunately.
I am looking forward to his new Frankenstein.
Yeah. There's like 4 Frankenstein movies coming out right now.
Yes.
Which, what the hell? Why? You know, I guess we did Nosferatu and vampires, and now we're on to Frankenstein. And next, we're gonna get a werewolf influx.
The cycles.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I think all of the Frankenstein movies look good in their own ways. Honestly, they're pretty sweet.
We need a new Monster Squad.
Yeah, I just watched the first half of the first Hellboy last night, and I was like, "Damn, this is amazing." I forgot about this.
Is there a new one?
There's a few like newer Hellboys that I haven't seen yet. I think they were supposed to be doing one on Corbin's The Crooked Man series, which was pretty interesting. Yeah, that's that's a pretty famous Hellboy story.
I think the first one is still my favorite.
The Seed of Destruction? Or the first movie?
As far as movies, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think the Hellboy 2 is pretty mid, honestly. I think the first Hellboy got it right.
It was AI fun, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think it fit the vibe right, and they did Abe so well. AI equals modern Frankenstein's monster, maybe. Yeah, we're gonna get Frankenstein 2049 or whatever. Frankenstein Unbound is the most memorable, terrible version of Frankenstein ever. Time travel and Frankenstein build a sci-fi city with good actors and terrible writing. I'm unfamiliar with Frankenstein Unbound.
What is this?
I don't know, man.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah.
There's a Frankenstein that came out a few years ago that I remember being like absolute garbage. I don't remember what it was though. For some reason, I feel like it had Hugh Jackman in it, but I think I'm wrong.
Wait, but there was one called like I Frankenstein, and I want to say it had the actor who played Two-Face in it.
I don't know. Are you talking? Oh no, never mind.
I may have also just hallucinated this, but I feel like I saw some kind of weird Frankenstein thing that had him.
Well, I'm at my computer today, so I get to look this up now. Let's see. There was Victor Frankenstein that had Daniel Radcliffe and James what's his name. That came out in 2015. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein from 1994. There was I Frankenstein. But I need to look at the cast for it. Let's see. I Frankenstein. Let's see. This is the trash one though, for sure. This is the one. Yeah, I Frankenstein. It's got a 5 out of 10. And it's got Aaron Eckhart who plays Two-Face.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're right.
Not totally crazy.
Yeah, it's got a meta score of 30.
Beautiful.
So I feel a little bit justified.
How did both of you feel about the Terrifier?
I thought it was okay. I'm just not into slashers, man. I think that's it. Yeah. But what I do respect is that I think Art is a very iconic new wave slasher, and I don't think that a lot of other people I don't think a lot of other people succeed in doing that. But I also prefer a very different genre of horror movie, so I'm probably not the best to give opinions on it, truthfully. I like the bleak, boring stuff.
I'm more in your camp, right?
Yeah, the stuff that gets in your head. Also, I'm going back. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just asking her if what she thought about the Terrifier.
Oh, me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're locked in.
I know.
Sorry. Yeah. I find it too mean spirited. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand the fact that the character has become so iconic, which I do respect. And the fact that it just like grew through old fashioned word of mouth.
Mhm.
But it's just like it's not for me.
You know who loves it is the Life on Saturn guys. Lid and Dom. They love Terrifier, man. We gotta get them on. Because I think Dom's doing Spilled Inktober and he's doing his own Saturntober, so he's like doubled up.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's killing it. But yeah, they love Terrifier, so we'll get you on with somebody who actually wants to talk Terrifier.
No, I mean, no, I totally hate it. I was just like, oh, I just wondered somebody else's opinion.
Oh, you know what? I don't have the freaking music on. That's what the problem is. Where the hell is it? Boom. There we go. Turn that down though. Natalia, do you want to pitch your book? What's it about, or just the elevator pitch on it?
Oh, sure. So Paroxysm is a independent horror anthology series that I started back in 2019. And each book has a different theme, so it's not like a series, it's a series of one shots based off of that theme. So our first book was Monsters, the second was Possession, Obsession, the third was Evolve, the fourth book was Secrets, and this fifth book is Haunted. So
Ooh.
I've over the years gotten to meet a lot of and invite a lot of independent, marginalized creators, whether it's comic artists, just illustrators, or people who write or write poetry. So I've got a lot of different things in each book with some kind of recurring contributors. So it's been a lot of fun putting it together. Obviously, very stressful, um, as with any corralling of artists and deadlines and Kickstarter stuff like that. But it's been really great to see a lot of people have interest in it and interest in collaborating with me over time. So this year we've got people like Anna 2 and Gigi Murakami are some of the bigger artists that I've been able to get in the book this year, and they have Gigi's working on a comic for a one-shot comic for it, and this is going to be the biggest book out of all the series, so about 150 or so pages.
Oh wow!
At
Yeah,
the
that
end
is a
of
big
it.
book.
Yeah, so yeah, the Kickstarter's going on now until the 17th, and we do have late pledges for some of the tiers until the 31st, with some exclusive art rewards. And like I said earlier, there's a secret add-on in collaboration with another artist who's working on some really cool stuff. So it's been mostly a place for people to like just have a space to work on something that they otherwise may not have had the chance or the resources or the time to make in their schedules. And people have gone on to, um, print their own work. So I always tell people, once the book is printed, you're free to kind of make, print your own story if you did like prose or a comic, so people have published like zines based off of the works that they've contributed, and it's just that's pretty much it. And right now we are at a little over 40%. So it's it's been nice because I've had to do kind of 1 year on, 1 year off for the last few books, and this year people seem to be excited to have it come back because I had to take a break last year. So that is pretty much.
That's sweet. So you do it annually?
I tried to, but between books 4 and 5, I've had to take 1 or 2 year breaks in between.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's sometimes not as sustainable to do it every single year, depending on what's going on. Life-wise, but yeah.
Do you organize it yourself, or do you have like a team of people doing it, or what?
Oh, it's been just me for all of the books except for this year. I've had extra help with people helping with admin stuff, and so shout out to Siren Katerina, who has work also included in this year's book, but has helped me a lot with the behind the scenes stuff, because it can get pretty overwhelming to do all of it as one person. So not just corralling people, but getting the work put together, designing the book, publishing, crowdfunding, printing, proofing, all of that. Like
fulfillment.
I basically did pretty much myself, except for fulfillment. Sometimes I'd get friends who could come do like a packing party, so we do that, but that's like way towards the end.
Right. That's I mean, that's a lot of work. I've been around since the first Apollo anthology, and even that was, had a lot of people working on it and a team and stuff. So yeah, I can't imagine. They just always take a long time,
Yeah,
it's
about 6 months or so of my life used to be like dedicated solely to work. And I also create work that goes into the book. So what I'm working on right now is a comic that's going into the 5th book.
awesome.
Yeah, that way it's a way to kind of keep everyone, hold everyone accountable, and also work with the same deadlines as my contributors. So right now, like, some of them are wrapping up getting their work finished and turned in. So I like to have everything pretty much ready to go as the Kickstarter is underway. So there's like a proof of concept. Like, I'm not just going to tell people that there's all this cool stuff in the book and we don't know what it is yet,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a nice way to collaborate with people and motivate myself to also make new work. So
yeah, there's, and if you're a creator out there, and you're like, that sounds sweet, I want to get involved, there's literally a million anthologies out there run in independent and spaces. So go pick a topic that you're a fan of and go track one down and submit. That's like, literally submitting to anthologies is like one of the best things I've ever done for my professional development. You just get to meet people and hang out and like make cool stuff together. So yeah, and it puts you in contact with cool people like me or Natalia or whatever.
Yeah, I've gotten to know a lot of people through the anthology, and like, I am constantly looking for new creators. So SPX was a place where I found a lot of people. Like, I would literally just walk around and be like, hey, so I run an anthology. I'm looking for new contributors. When I have applications, I'd like for you to submit one. Like, I basically would just pick people initially to just be like, hey, I like your work. Would you like to be in this book? And it's grown enough that for volume 5 I had to do applications, which is nice, but also, you know, stressful as well.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that a lot of people were sort of like, oh, when are you doing another one? I want to be in it, you know. So
yeah, that's dope. And forgive me because I'm drawing and my brain is processing at a slow speed today. But what's the name of it again?
it's Paroxysm.
Paroxysm. Okay, sweet.
So PAROXYSM. And I can, you know, also share info later.
Yeah. We'll blast it. Retro Roman. I'm at Life on Saturn at the Woodstock Flea Market. I had a shop up there. Yeah, those guys are sweet. They're always up to something, man. Where are you based out of again, Charlie? Oh, in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I'm in Indy.
Gotcha. How do you feel about the Midwest?
You know, it's, to be honest, it's not bad. It's just not, I don't know, my cup of tea, really. It's good to have like a little bit more like relaxed atmosphere than, you know, some other cities and stuff. But I do miss being able to go out and see like shows all the time and, you know, do things cheaper than going to Applebee's and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Which is basically all the Midwest has. Well, Indiana has like all your chain restaurants and all that crap. It's just whatever.
It's funny because actually, like that's what I crave living here is like Taco Bell and Domino's. Yeah. It's Taco Bell and Domino's.
You know what's funny is like living in San Francisco forever. I would never have like White Castle, and so coming back here, I'd always just like go get the big briefcase of White Castle and just love stuff like that. So I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, some place like Alaska sounds really fun. Like from even your little illustration there, you know, seeing the markets and the fresh fish and stuff. It'd be really awesome.
Yeah, it's fun for maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, I'm good. I think it's funny because actually like when we moved here, the people who moved us in were like, oh, are you guys, you know, here for the long haul or are you like here for the 2-year stint? And we're like, oh, we should be here for a long time, you know. I don't know. We'll see. I see the 2-year stint though.
They seem to know something you didn't.
Yeah. Which is that it's hard to live here. Like, to put it in perspective, we get 13 feet of rain a year, which if you think Seattle is rainy, Seattle gets about 3 feet of rain a year.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's a lot of rain. And a lot of dark.
You have like wildlife, and you probably have like all kinds of crazy birds flying around.
If you love nature and hiking and fishing, and you could just do that forever and not need anything else, then you'll be extremely happy here. But it's actually interesting because there's also a lot of wildlife that's not on the island. So we have no snakes, no raccoons, no raccoons or like possums or anything like that. There's Very little mice. We only have one type of bear. I'm trying to think of other wildlife that's not here. That's kind of unusual. I can't think of any now.
Is the island pretty populated for its size, or is it just like
no? Yeah. So the population of the island is the same as the neighborhood that I moved out of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also exactly the same size too, which is funny. Oh no, actually, wait, hold on. Maybe I'm not remembering that correctly. No, it's the same size. The island is the same size of the neighborhood that I came out of, but it's about a quarter of the population. That's correct. Yeah.
So it's like gas and like milk really expensive there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And fresh produce is non-existent.
Yeah, because I saw some like documentary in some island in Alaska, and like a 2 liter of Coke was $10, and I was like, "What?"
It's maybe not that expensive here, but other stuff is that expensive. Yeah, like frozen pizza. Like, okay, so how much does a frozen pizza cost for you guys?
I don't know. I don't buy any.
Oh man, you're missing out, man. How are you not buying frozen pizzas? But like I think frozen pizzas in mainland are maybe $5.
This is gonna say right.
Yeah, here it's a minimum of 9 for like the cheap ones, and a DiGiorno is like 12.
Right. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, so how do you get your comics up there then?
What'd you say?
How do you get comic books and stuff like
So I don't. The answer is I don't. I get it when I travel. But we did just get a manga store here, which is pretty crazy. It literally just opened up. So I can get some manga, but that's about it.
That's still good.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. There's like an old like collectible card store too that that has some old comics. I've actually found some pretty cool stuff there. And there's another comic book collector that lives here that I've traded stuff with to get some books.
So you can get some pogs then.
Yeah, probably, dude.
Ooh.
Some genuine OG pogs.
Right, from the card shop.
I haven't thought of pogs in like 20 years.
Has anyone tried to print on those Riso printers by chance?
You do not want to get me started talking about Rizzo printers.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because I want one so freaking bad.
I know, dude. I've been like sitting on eBay every day looking at the prices and looking at the parts and stuff.
Well, do you? Okay, maybe this is a personal question, but do you have a budget for getting one, or you're just
I'd
hunting
like to
for
keep it under
more than
$1,000.
anything? Gotcha. Good luck.
I don't want to. Yeah, I know, and that's why I was like, a drum alone costs what, 500, and I was like, yeah.
So there's I should go dig through my Instagram, but there's a bunch of Rizzo studios out there that you can go to and try it out, or just print your stuff there or whatever. But the company that I work for here
Right.
is actually a licensed seller of Rizzo printers.
Ooh.
And so I know how much they cost from, like, if you just wanted to buy one.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 grand.
That's what I thought, because I asked for a sample. I asked the company themselves, and they haven't sent me anything back. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be expensive.
Yeah, for sure. But they're so cool. Like, because essentially it's just like screen printing.
Yeah.
But done really, really fast. And if you like Rizzo printing, you should check out Matt Emmons' work, because he has a Rizzo printer and prints most of the stuff himself.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. But the in the volume too, like the cost effectiveness in the volume is insane. But no, the answer is no, I haven't. I also haven't done offset printing, and that's something that I really want to do too.
Yeah, I was curious because I saw that, like, the dot grain matrix on them, and I was like, that's really cool. That looks really nice.
Well, the Rizzos are really unique in their grain matrix. It's it's like different than like a conventional screen print matrix or even an offset matrix.
They're really fun. I managed to do a workshop last year to learn how to use them, and there's like a town over where I'm at that is a screen print lab, and they got their Riso and started doing those workshops. But ever since December, I think that might have been the last one they did, the Riso has been broken, and they have not fixed it since.
That tends to happen.
Yeah, so they, like, I would say definitely worth like finagling with, but most of the time I hear like, oh, these break so easily, or like it can be really easy to get things stuck, like through the drums and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's what I've read.
the way that it works, like I've been making some work for someone to do Riso with, and most of mine is like a lot of spot blacks. So they're like, oh yeah, make sure you don't use too much like super dark spots in your illustrations or whatever, because that'll be a recipe to make the printing like all messed up. And I'm like, that's literally all my work is.
You're like, I do horror comics, please.
So like that's where I started getting into toning. And I'm like, okay, so it's a bunch of dots. They're not like super connected, so at least there's some grunge to it. But it's interesting, like a completely different way of working, so that you literally don't break the printer.
Yeah, that's true. That's
really cool.
See, that's kind of part of the appeal for me, is I love to like I do it with everything, right? Something's jank and I just like sit there and figure out how to fix it to get it to do what I want. And that's what I've done with my sticker printer. That's what I've done with my regular printer. That's what I've done with zine making. Even my freaking like stapler, man. Like you kind of like figure out how to jerry rig stuff to get it to do what you want. I have maybe I'll turn on my overhead camera at the end of stream. I have a it's called a Print Goko, and it is essentially the manual version of a Rizzo printer. And I haven't opened it or looked at it at all yet, because I want to save it for something that actually makes sense to use it for. But yeah, it's made by Rizzo though. Is
it one of those like box unit type like press things?
No, not really. It's really weird. It's kind of like it. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of just like screen printing, but with like a maybe it is like the flash units that you're talking about. I don't know. It's confusing. Again, I haven't really opened it to check it out, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to have a little printer and like just right next to me and just print whatever I felt like.
So what you should do is, well, you can do two things. You should either just grab an old cheapy like inkjet printer off of whatever and mess around with it, because you'll get like really weird effects with it, but you can still print out stuff. And like inkjet printers, you can actually print on newsprint, which is pretty interesting. You got to mess around with it and get your settings right, but you can do it. The other thing that I would suggest you do is look into the Epson Eco tanks, because the ink lasts forever, and that's what I have. Yeah. And so you can do stuff that way. That's how I used to print all my zines.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that I just go print them at my work using a laser copier.
Yeah,
because it's a million times faster. And I
was wondering what you used.
Yeah, it's a laser. I actually don't love laser because it gives like it's using toner, so it makes it kind of like shiny, right?
The black on your zine was pretty like really thick.
Yeah. And I don't love that. You can kind of I could probably manipulate the file in order to get it to not do that. Because you can get laser copiers to get really weird textures in your blacks. But with an inkjet, it lays a little bit flatter. The problem is that it's a liquid ink, so it can saturate into the paper and make your paper feel like gummy and like gross.
Yeah.
Which is why it takes a lot of playing around to get stuff right. Okay. Now we're gonna get to the fun part of this.
Yeah, I have like 2 printers laying around that I use constantly, but I've never tried to do heavy volume stuff out of them. Like I have this, I can't remember what Canon this is, but the Canon's my awesome one, like imprint, extra oversize on it. It's a sheet fed, and then the Epson workforce or something, the big scanner one. That one sucks because the ink just is like these little tiny packages. So I don't use that for printing. I was like, that one's just no way in hell I'm replacing the ink on that.
If you're printing in bulk, then and you want an inkjet, the eco tanks are the way to go for sure. I don't know what I'm doing.
Relatable.
Yeah, when it gets to color work, I feel like so much of it is just like sitting there and fiddling around until it looks right.
I feel that way with toning, because, like I said, if I'm not doing just straight black and white, it's the contrast is the thing that takes the longest for me to figure out. So I'm not super big color person, although I wish I was as good with color as some artists that I really admire. But it's all like trial and error.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that doesn't look good. I've started to do like a one color tone, you know, so like you just do a black, right, a black and white line art, and then usually one color like this. And that's kind of been like my way of doing at least a lot of like the shorter projects that I have. Some other stuff I'll fully render, but yeah, this one I don't know if any single color will work, so I'm gonna try and play around with some gradients, or maybe, I don't know, trying some different stuff in terms of color. We'll see.
Max, so how'd you get involved with this show?
Doing Spilled Ink?
Yeah.
Well, I met Brandon by submitting to the Punk Anthology, which was his probably his real first ever book, like book. And we just became friends and like started doing a bunch of stuff. And then I worked on a lot of the Apollo anthologies. And he used to do this show through Apollo and just kind of did some live draw stuff. And then he, fast forward a few years, and he's working for CWS and doing Inspired Ink.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, it'd be cool if we actually did like something for the art side, right? That's not just like a talk podcast. Like if we did live draws like I used to do. Mm-hmm. And Brandon didn't know how to draw. And I knew how to draw. And so he's like, okay, well, I need somebody who like can look good and like also like teach me. Okay. And then also is consistently available every week. And I think at the time I was only working like 2 days a week. And so he was like, you want to do it? And I was like, yep. And then I've been doing it every week since. I think I've been doing the show for 1.5 years now, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which, shout out, you can pick up all my drawings from the first year on my shop, artofmf.com. You can pick up Spilled Ink Year 1 if you want to see Year 1. Or you can spend, I don't even know how many hours watching the backlogs, but choice is up to you.
I was just asking because I wasn't sure if you worked for CWS as well.
I have worked for CWS. I did some letters for their they did a book for the Lupus Foundation. Mm-hmm. I did some letters for that. I've worked on some of their newsletters and
gotcha.
Marketing and socials. Yeah, I did that for a little bit. But yeah, I'm not as in deep as Brandon is, but Dan's a really cool guy, and everybody wants to see the comic, especially the indie comic scene thrive.
Yeah,
which is a lot more than you can say about a lot of other printers, so
for sure.
Damn, I really trashed this.
We've gotten to the part of the show where we've all locked in.
I assume that happens with every show.
Oh yeah. It's you know it's always better when there's like more people, or like certain people will like man, I love Doug. Doug will just yap about everything. It's awesome. And so sometimes the shows are louder, but sometimes the shows are quieter. Or if we're all like doing something difficult, then like definitely it starts to get quiet. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I got quiet because I didn't know how to do perspective, so I'm just like, mind numb with that.
What kind of perspective are you doing?
I just did 1 point right now, but I'm just like, I don't know. I some reason when I draw down lines, I see them differently. It's kind of like for me seeing color. Like I think I'm colorblind.
Oh yeah.
I think I can't see lines correctly for some reason. I don't know. I just don't get it.
Are you actually colorblind, or are you just saying like you don't have a sense of color?
No, I don't have a sense of color. I can see the color. I just can't really tell how it works together.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It's just really weird.
It's funny.
Just a couple things that really bother me, just really get.
Yeah, my partner is actually colorblind,
Uh-huh.
and so we play Overwatch, and he has his set to colorblind mode, and so when we're like sharing screens or something, he's like,
Right.
"Why the heck do your colors look like that?" And we're like, "Why do yours look like that?" And we were like teasing him, and then one day we were like, "Is he actually colorblind?" And we went online and did like a colorblind test. And we were shocked, man. He's so colorblind, it's crazy.
Is there like a specific color or something?
Yeah, or... so he's red-green colorblind.
Okay.
I believe. Which is also the same color blindness that dogs have. So mostly he sees in yellow and blue. And so like reds look kind of like a brownish yellow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and greens look a little more blue, depending on the green. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's also funny because he's an artist, and so he knows what colors are, but he doesn't actually know what they look like. You know, he just knows that that shade of brown is called red.
Huh.
That's wild to think about.
Yeah, and so like I did a piece that was like a just like a 4-panel comic strip, and I toned it in orange. And he's like, "That is so ugly." And I was like, "What do you mean? It looks great." You know? And he's like, "I don't like it. I love you, honey, but that color is awful." And it's because he sees it differently. He doesn't see it as like a bright neon orange. He sees it as like a neon brown, which is pretty awful. You know, like, I don't blame him. You know? So there's some stuff there's some stuff that I do that he just doesn't like. Or like when he colors, it sometimes looks crazy because he's using colors that he can't see, and he goes off of more of like the value and tone between yellow and blue.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's like neon and like magenta and turquoise and all sorts of weird stuff in there. I'm like, okay, it's pretty interesting.
I've never heard of a neon brown, but that sounds pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to wrap my head around.
To be fair, whenever I'm trying to do something full color, I feel like most of the colors I pick would probably be best described at first as neon brown. Just like, even like, I don't know how there's just some artists that they can pick color and it could be like unexpected color palette choice, but then the way that they use like for the accents, or you know, just the way that they make those colors work together, I'm like, I can only do that if everything looks like neon brown puke first. And then I just have to use the levels to find colors that work. But if I'm just picking off the top of my head, like, oh, I think these colors will work together, they always look so bad. And, like, so muddy for some reason. So
yeah, I'm the same way you are. Then, like, it's really always muddy to me, and I can't figure out why.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I have opinions about color. Are you you're just like picking the colors and then putting it down, and then are you trying to do like a real like render, or are you just kind of like accenting it?
So I tend to just do like spots of color. So if it's not spot blacks, then it's kind of like what you're doing right now, where it's picking limited colors and just sort of having those be like, I guess, the main tone, like highlight, shadow,
Right.
without it being like super rendered or like gradients or anything. So I feel like in order to make that work, you have to pick colors that work well together and aren't like same value or like the same saturation. And if I were to blindly pick colors, they'll almost always end up like the same values at first.
Gotcha.
So that's where I have to like really mess with it and see, you know, how farther away from puke I can get. But I guess it just means I need to, you know, it's a challenge to keep working on color and trying to get better. So
yeah, I actually think that that's the way you're meant to color, honestly, is like you put something down and then you go click the hue saturation brightness button, and then you slide it all around until you're like, yeah, that seems okay, you know. The other thing
that's comforting to hear, because that's literally all I do. Like I could spend, you know, a whole hour like trying to get the colors to work that way. So
yeah, the other thing too is what was I gonna say? Shoot. Oh, the other thing too is like oftentimes like what I'll do is I wonder if I have a piece that's a little bit more rendered that I can show you with. No, but I'll usually like here. Actually, I can kind of do it with this. And then we'll do that. So I just like flatten it. Like, you know, I get something that I'm like relatively happy with, and then I flatten it and put it back in the file. And then I'll go to not that. I'll go to curves and play around with it, and then like add textures on top. Like you know, like this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Right. And then maybe that needs to be a little bit darker, but not that dark. You know, and then you can throw like textures on top of it.
Yeah.
Or like a really cool trick I picked up is like if you have something that isn't like meshing well together, what you can do is pick a color, and let's say it's like this orange, which I should turn off my color correction doing this actually. Hold on. I have like an orange, right? And then you can just like set it to color here, and then like drop it down, and it'll unify your colors a little bit more. I've done that for like a lot of like fully rendered pieces, or you can do it with all sorts of stuff, like, you know, screen. But yeah, I think half of coloring is like just getting your values right and then messing around with it. That's why I see a lot of people doing the gradient map method, where they just render purely in black and white and then gradient map it from there.
Yeah, that's how I used to do it when I did digital painting.
Yeah.
So honestly, that sounds like way easier. Because it was a lot easier for me to just focus on value first. So yeah, maybe I should try that again.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it traditionally too. It's just kind of a pain in the butt. You do like glazing and stuff with paint, but I don't have time for that. The other thing too that's super annoying, at least with like Procreate with colors, is that most of the time the export that comes out is not like the true color, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to get it to be correct. Like it doesn't matter if I'm using TIFFs or PNGs or whatever. Every time I load it back in, it's not the right color. So that's the problem with at least doing stuff for print and Procreate, because it's never quite right. I think it's because the program lets you pick from the full range, like the full gamut of RGB colors. Even on CMYK mode, it just displays at CMYK. Which is annoying.
You just have to toggle it a lot.
I don't know, because you can't change the color profile on the canvas once you've set it. You can't just change it, so it's tricky. Are you guys already getting like Christmas stuff at stores? Or are we all just hermits?
No way.
Who could have guessed, man?
Oh, you mean like the Christmas music?
No, not necessarily Christmas music, but like just like Christmas like stuff for sale. You know what I'm like?
No.
Home decorations and stuff?
No.
Really?
I did get that, like the Amazon Prime stuff. I just bought like a Mac Mini that I'm running this computer off of here.
Oh, cool.
And I bought a little hub thing that you can slide a external hard drive in. So I bumped it to like 2 terabytes. I was like, holy crap. So it's like pretty fast now.
Nice.
Like faster than my work computer. I'm kind of shocked at the speed.
Do you like Mac? Like working on a Mac? Is there a reason why?
I've used Mac since I was in college.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, PCs are. I mean, they're both fine. I just like how easy it is to just connect and go.
Yeah.
And plus, they got like the iPad and all the other junk, so just makes it fluid.
Yeah. I can't. I worked on Macs in college.
Yeah.
But I can't have it in my house, man. Yeah. I don't love their computers.
You're just done with them.
I think what it is that I hate the file system.
Really?
I think that's because part of it is that I do a lot of gaming, so gaming on Macs is never great.
Yeah.
And then if you ever need to like dig in like application files for stuff, it's such a nightmare on a Mac. Unless they, maybe they've changed it, but it's always been a headache for me. But in terms of like phone or tablet, like the Apples are the best for sure.
I just saw the Wacom came out with a tablet that you could actually carry around now too.
Yeah, they've had them for a while, but I think they came out with one that's actually good.
Yeah,
which is why you're hearing about it.
It's affordable, and I'm like, finally,
Yeah, and they're like flat, like an iPad.
Right.
They were super chunky, and they also
and they have like 5 cables to it, which sucks.
Yeah, well, and then they also suck for like the computing power necessary for something like Photoshop, because Photoshop is so intensive that it's hard to get it to run on a tablet.
It sucks because like I have a little Cintiq over on my other desk, and that thing's like expensive. It's only 16-inch, right?
Yeah.
That little thing was like expensive. Then they came out that newer one's called like a 1 or something. It's like $300. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Sucks. The other thing too is that I don't like the Wacom styluses either.
You mean like the big fat pen?
Yeah, man. I cannot use one of those. I really don't like it. I think the Apple Pencil just feels a lot more natural.
Yeah,
and actually,
the Apple really is really nice.
Yeah, I had a Cintiq. I had like a 21-inch, but it's really old, and it just kicked the bucket. So
you just have one if you want to try it out, and you have a PC.
Yeah, I can't draw on my computer, man. I don't know what it is. If I'm drawing digitally, I can only do it on my iPad. That's been the only thing that feels okay.
Yeah, I have that 21-inch also, and when the newer Mac came out, for some reason it stopped working. It wouldn't connect anymore because like the hardware wasn't right. So I just gave up and bought a little Cintiq.
Yeah, my issue is the power. Like something about the power supply fried, so it won't even turn on.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's like it's not just like a cable that's broken. It's like it's messed up. I have to rip the thing apart. I actually found a repair for it, like a repair tutorial online, and I thought about it, but I was like, nah.
You should. I mean, they're great machines.
They are. I don't get enough use out of it.
Yeah.
I'll say that I tried to work on an iPad a couple years ago because sometimes I used to teach like summer camps and stuff at like art centers, and they would do like digital painting or digital comics and stuff, and that was primarily what the kids started to use, and I wasn't familiar with it, so I tried to do it because or learn how to do it just to be able to help them out better and to make my setup more portable, because I am like an old school Cintiq user. And I could not get myself used to the iPad, which is crazy because like Procreate is such a great tool, and the portability of the iPad is like, you know, obviously every time I had to set up my Cintiq either at work or just like as a student, it was like I was taking off on a freaking airplane with all the cables and stuff. So I'm like, what if I actually could bring this stuff with me so I could just, you know, draw digitally? Yeah. And I just could not get used to it because I've been a tablet person for like, gosh, almost 20 years now. So I wish I could migrate to it.
You use the like the flat tablets, like an Intuos, or are you using a Cintiq?
But this is the Cintiq, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like, yeah, and this one is not a the one I got recently is a bit larger, and it's not like a fold up one, so it's literally like something that sits on my desk.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so much primarily a traditional artist that like even when I try to draw on an iPad, I can't do it. I can't, like, I don't know what it is, but the ability to draw on an iPad just does not work for me. So I almost exclusively use it for like color, or like I use it for lettering sometimes for other people.
Yeah.
And then I'll use it for just like sketching or like doodling or whatever. But if I'm trying to do like a page or something, I can't work on an iPad. I think it has to do with the ability to zoom and the ability to change my brush size. Plus maybe just like the surface of it, like it doesn't compute. I really think it's the ability to zoom. It messes up with like my sense of like proportion. Because the proportion changes to my eye, you know.
Like when you zoom back, you're just like, I was focusing on this one part
for so long. It's the tunnel,
like anything. Yeah,
the tunnel vision. Yeah, but it's great for color. Especially mock-up color and stuff. Like I love doing it. Like, so this color, I'm probably gonna take this and then transfer it to the original that I have, and color it with like some Copics or something, so that I have an original piece that also looks like, or somewhat represents the digital piece.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like actually where like at least I make the most money is off of the originals. Not that I sell a ton of them, but it's nice to have an original that looks good.
Yeah.
Plus, I know this one's going to be framed and put up in a gallery, most likely. So, prepping for that. But that's not going to be till like next year.
It looks really great, though.
Thank you. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of cleanup, and I'm trying to sit here and decide if I want to do halftones on it or not. I can't tell. I'm gonna have to go ask somebody and be like, "Hey, does this need something?" Or just come back to it in a few days. Fresh eyes.
I actually like doing that now, coming back to something and then looking at it and going, wow, I totally screwed that up, and then starting over on a new page. just killing myself all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I try not to like take too many sittings to do pages, you know? Like I try to do a page in one sitting. At least like finish a stage in one sitting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then only keep like the previous page as reference, and all other pages get locked up so that I only look at them when I'm like scanning and finally putting it together. Because then by that time it's like the book's done, and it makes it harder for me to like want to go back and change anything because the book's done. And I was like, do I really want to like sit here and redo all of this? Is it really worth it? The answer is usually no. You know, and then I can go work on the next thing, and then it'll be better.
That's what I'm getting to now. Is like, I look at the pages and I hate them in a way, you know. And then I want to go back and fix them, but I'm just like forcing myself not to touch them and be like, this is where you learn from your mistake, and try to move forward every time.
Yeah, because the next book you do will be
hopefully,
be better. And I feel like it's beneficial to have more books out there.
Yeah, I agree.
That, like, even if it's your past stuff and you're like, oh, you know, these are my first books, right? But it's beneficial to have that backlog that it is to have like one magnum opus that, like, you know, is hard to sell because you only have one book. You know, you haven't made those connections and got stuff out and shown people that you can do it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Like, and with every book, or at least for me, every comic, I try so hard to not get bogged down in the details. Like this one, for instance, is going to probably be sped up a lot more in terms of process, because I'm always like, oh, but I could fix this, or I could add more detail. And at this point, it's like, do you want it to be done? Because it's more important that it's done, and then you have more of a chance to make new things and improve on it later, like if you want to reprint it or something and you want to work on it again, which I have only done once with a project that was like several years old before I reworked it, because it was very much like, if this is going to be done, then you can just finish it. Like you can call it at any point in time. You can say, this is done and I'm gonna move on. But yeah, like I really started to build my body of work like during quarantine, because I had so much time to just churn things out, and so that helped me like speed up my process to the point where when I was able to actually table with my books for the first time, I had like 5 or 6 of them, so it had looked like I had been around for a while.
Yeah, that is great.
So it was like, well, at least I have more things that I can show people, and it looks like I've been around, you know.
Yeah, I think I started tabling with 2 zines, and the next event I had 3 zines, and then mostly just kind of shipped those around for a long time. And I did, like, I had some anthologies I'd been a part of, or like little ash cans that I put together with some people, and I had those on my table. But for the most part, like, I didn't have any of my own comics for a really long time out on my table.
I think it's just very easy to fall into the perfectionism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I might be a little bit there now. Like I kind of went in reverse. It's like I was like, I'm gonna put everything out, and then now I'm like, well, maybe I want it to be like better first.
That's what stalled me for so many years, is trying to be like, I want to be better than I am, and then you never get to the point where you think you can be. So then I was just like, screw it. I'm just gonna start working on stuff and say screw it. Yeah. I'll never be that artist I think I will be, you know.
Just
until
start
one
now.
day.
Well, once you get out of your own way enough times that
Right.
you can prove to yourself, like, well, this isn't exactly what I was hoping it would look like, but it looks pretty good. So,
you're like, people will pay money for this, and it's like mid, you know.
I think that's why I like a lot of smaller press and zine fests over like the big Comic-Cons, because I just get a chance to like really sit with someone's work and talk to them about it, and it's like you'll find things that you've never thought could even look like comics, and it's just so inspiring to be like, okay, if this person can make something really cool, I just need to get out of my own way and like think of the things that I could, you know, suddenly allow myself to make that sort of doesn't fall into the like super, you know, polished or that kind of work. So
yeah, that's why that's kind of why I'm doing zines so much right now, is it's like it lets me like finish something, you know, and get a project under my belt and like work up that confidence in myself again that like, yeah, I can finish a project.
Absolutely.
Because the next book I have planned is kind of big, so I think that I'm a little scared of it right now.
You just did a big book too, like the was it Family Values?
Yeah, The Family Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 48 pages, so it's bigger.
Big.
Yeah, it's bigger.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's my second like actual comic book. I've done a lot of short stories, but yeah, it's the second full length release at least. Took a long time though. It took a lot longer than I wanted.
What do you think the timing was on that?
Maybe 9 months.
Oh.
I think. I'm not for sure. I have the pages dated though, so I could.
That's smart.
I'm gonna stop doing that though. Well, maybe I won't stop dating them, but I'm gonna stop using like a marked artboard for it, which is maybe not a smart idea, but I don't like how the original art looks with like the branded blue line on it. I kind of would rather it just be like the art alone on the page.
Yeah.
People think it's neat, you know, they're like, oh cool, you have like a custom branded blue line thing, and I'm like, yeah. But I don't like the way that it looks, I guess. It's the biggest issue.
I'm thinking about on the next pages I try to ink up, I'm going to like scan the pencils first and then just ink on top of those on a new page.
Yeah.
Because like I wanted to keep the pencils so I can see how the pencils are, because I know I change stuff a lot when I ink. Yeah. And I didn't like keep any of the original pencils, like the scans. I just, you know, threw it away and then look at the inks only. So I wish I would have kept them all, and so I can look back and just track things better. But so I'm gonna move forward doing that.
It's funny. My old comics professor, he said that he used to do his pencils on one side, and then flip the paper over, and use a light table and ink it, so you're inking it in reverse.
That's crazy.
And then you have the pencils and inks both on one piece of paper. And then when you're going to like print production, you just flip it back digitally.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but I was like, it seems like I think it would mess with me to ink backwards.
Yeah. See, I always mess up pages, and then I do my blue lines, and then I screw it up, and then I print on top of the other page. So I have all kinds of messed up pages.
Yeah.
Oh, and when I was zip-toning stuff, I was totally cutting through the page itself. So like some of the pages are like super flimsy, and like you can stick your fingers through the holes. It's really cool.
That's funny.
It sucks.
Yeah, I've been saving my Zipatone. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but figure it out.
It's not cheap.
No. You know, but it's not that expensive either.
No, I've been buying those 4-packs, and it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it just gets expensive in volume. You know, if you're using it for everything, then yeah. Well, I believe we are coming up to the end of the show. So, y'all want to show off what you've done, talk about it, and do your sign-off plugs?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go real quick. So I'm finishing off the book, like I said, and I'm doing the tail end where I'm doing little ad pages. Just doing like little fake mock-ups of like, hey, this could be a another comic I want to work on in the future type ad situation.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I'm making stuff like that for the tail end of the book, and then I'll go back to inking the rest of it for the next few months, or next couple months, I guess. And then that's it, I think.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I wish you luck on the inking. How many pages are you inking?
It's 32 pages in all, but I think I have 15 to ink still.
15. Oh, that's
not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck. That's looking awesome, man. Yeah, I love the idea of like fake ads and other stuff that you want to work on. That's cool. That's sweet. Cool. Natalia, plug your shit.
All right. So you can find me at mystopress, most socials, Linktree, etc. This was a spread for a comic that will be in Paroxysm Volume 5. And the Kickstarter ends on the 17th, but late pledges for the book and PDFs until the 31st. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me.
Hell yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining. I'm Max Flowers. You can find me on Instagram at artofmf, or go to artofmf.com and check out my shit. And yeah, go check out CWS. They're doing really cool stuff. They're going to bring print on demand pretty soon. I don't know all the details on that, but also go catch Brandon. Go talk to Brandon if you're in the New York area, and go track him down.
Yeah, he's fun to talk to.
Oh yeah. He's got the gift of gab. Sweet. Well, thanks guys for joining me on
thank
this.
you.
And we'll catch everybody next week. Later.
Bye.